Welcome to Yoga with Nita. I'm Nita. Winter is such a yin time. And it's perfect for today because today's flow is going to be a yin yoga flow. So we're going to be holding passive postures for 3 to 5 minutes, more or less, to really get into our deep connective tissues and to really honor this time of the year, this season of slowing down, of tuning inward, and of replenishing our reserves. So the postures are going to be aligned with traditional Chinese medicine, targeting the kidney meridian and the urinary bladder meridian, and also following those lines, those energetic lines to promote the flow of not just the breath, but also energy. And also in honor of the water element, which is aligned with winter. So before we get started, just make sure you have what you need. We're going to be using blocks if you have them. If not, you can always grab thick books. Pillows, cushions are also helpful. If you have a bolster, I always recommend bringing it. If you don't, again, pillows or even blankets you can roll up as a bolster. And I just bring pillows like this or cushions that I have available to elevate the hips, and use as support for the knees or for anything else that you might need today. Today's practice is very much about finding that place where you can linger. So anything else that you might need, additional blankets, cozy socks, they're all welcome. And to get, just getting someone in, welcome, welcome. And to get a little nudge or a little intention for us, I'm gonna pull a card from Elle's deck and see if we get a little something. Huh. This one is about trust. I trust in my legacy. I trust in my legacy. So take that as it is. You know, part of honoring winter and part of honoring our seasons is also honoring our legacy and honoring our rhythms and our generation's rhythms. So find a comfortable seat, whether that's elevating yourself on a cushion, a bolster, crossing your legs, finding your sukhasana, or maybe bringing one foot in front of the other, rolling your shoulders down and back a few times, elevating the spine, lengthening through the crown of the head and all the way out towards the sky. Hands come to your knees or your thighs. And then maybe you soften your gaze or close your eyes. You just take a moment to arrive here. To notice how you're landing on your mat today. To slow down. Even if the mind is racing, even if the emotions and sensations are flowing, what happens when you pause to listen? Noticing the quality of your breath, noticing any sensations in your body, and noticing the energy you're carrying today. Without trying to change anything, without forcing or pushing, just allowing it to be. And then from here, the invitation is to come on a journey with me to the perfect winter day, whatever that is to you. Maybe you're not a winter fan and you're like, I don't know what that is. But it's okay. Let's just try to come on a little visualization exercise. And if you had to picture yourself on the most beautiful winter day where the snowflakes are falling slowly, the air is crisp, it's not too cold, sky is clear, there's even some sunshine coming through the clouds. Imagine yourself perhaps in a little cozy nook at home or in your favorite place, wherever that is. Maybe there's a fire going on in your fireplace. Maybe you have a warm beverage in your hand. You're dressed up in layers, cozy, comfortable, and you're just here. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. You're sitting with yourself, not worried about what happened or what might happen, but fully present. Taking a moment to slow down and to feel this quiet, nourishing, restorative energy of winter. This little tug, this invitation to hibernate, really, to replenish. When the world quiets down, when everything settles, what can you hear? And so, this is the energy, this is the invitation for today's practice. Whatever you're feeling right now, whatever this essence of your perfect winter day, let's try to carry this throughout our movement, our breath, and see what comes alive in us. Now, let's take a couple of breaths together, inhaling deeply through your nose. And exhale it through your mouth, sigh it out. Inhale. Breathe out. One more like that. Let it out. And then gently start opening your eyes, gently coming back to this perfect winter moment. And then take your time to come off your sit bones. Remove the prop if you had it. And then we're moving towards child's pose. So first come through tabletop, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. If you need any intuitive movement before we go there, please welcome it. And then widen your knees as wide as a yoga mat or around there. And then bring big toes together. Reach your arms forward as you bring your hips toward your heels and then lower your chest and forehead down. Forehead needs to be resting on something. So maybe that's the ground, or maybe that's stacking hands and coming onto your hands, or stacking fists. Or you're welcome to use your props for this. So maybe you hug a bolster, or maybe you bring a block. So many options here. And then if you have sensitive knees, this is where maybe bringing a little blanket or folding your yoga mat can help. And then even placing something in between bum and heels. So take your time to get settled because we're going to be here for a few minutes. And find your child's pose. Starting our practice today with this place of rest, quote unquote. Not a lot of people find this restful necessarily. So that's why we want to make this as supportive as possible and find a place where we can soften into, where we can linger and breathe into it. We're opening our hips as we're cocooning in. We're also opening our shoulders, our chest. And energetically, this posture also kind of nudges our body to, okay, settle in. So notice where you feel this. Notice if the body starts talking to you. And if you need to adjust, remember you can adjust. Even though we're in stillness, we can always move. We have about 1 more minute here. Notice if you're holding any tension in your hands, your fingers, your jaw, the space between your eyebrows. You can even move your forehead from side to side to massage your third eye and kind of soften that spot. And if you get distracted, if you're new to the yin practice, or if this is feeling like it's never ending at times, which it can't, just remember you have the breath. Bring your awareness to your inhales and your exhales and reconnect. All right. From here, we're going to start guiding ourselves up. Slowly start walking your hands towards you. If you have a prop under your bum, move it away. If you had a block or anything, you can also move it away. And if you also use the blanket, I mean, you might use it for the next one, just move it to the side for now. We're coming to caterpillar or a seated forward fold. So extend your legs in front of you. They can be clipped together or maybe slightly apart. It's up to you. The main thing for our caterpillar is we don't want to fold like this. So look at my curvature in my low back. We don't want to just come from here. There's nowhere to go here, really. And that could be really damaging for this. So before we fold, we want to really ground at the front of the sit bones. And for that, there's a couple of things you can do. You can use that pillow, blanket, thin block, even if you have it to sit on it, kind of sit at the edge of it and see how the pelvis does like a pelvic tilt. And then that allows me to ground at the front of the sit bones. I can even move the fleshy bits of the bum back to do that and kind of land there. So that's different than this, right? And I can feel grounded in that place. And then from here, I can grab a bolster or a rolled up blanket and slide it under my knees. Even if I know I can do this with the legs extended, maybe today try, since we're going for softness and rest, see what this feels like. And so from here, take an inhale. And then on the exhale, start folding over your legs any amount. And so the hands can land where they land. So maybe they land on your shins, on the ground. And this is where you can also decide, okay, maybe I want some props to support my upper body. So maybe a pillow here, maybe a couple blocks. And you can let the head kind of rest on something or let it hang. Caterpillar. Hmm. Another cocooning in shape. This time we're really, with the flexion of the spine, really targeting the lines in the back body, which are the lines of the urinary bladder meridian. And according to traditional Chinese medicine, this is our yang winter meridian, water meridian. And it's all about storing and releasing water, right, from our bodies. It's also about the flow. So you can even take in to how are you holding on to things and how are you releasing things? It's interesting how our physical bodies are so connected to our energetic body, our thoughts, our behaviors. It's all intertwined. So even though this might look like a physical practice only, by working with these energetic pathways, we're also working with the energy flow and how that affects us in our lives. Notice what's happening with your feet and your toes. We tend to like start to hold tension here without even noticing. So just, if you notice that, just soften. Send your breath there. And if the body starts opening up and at some point you want to increase sensation, you're welcome to shift, come down. But just remember there's nowhere to go here. There's no point A to point B, really. There's just your version of this posture in this moment. Couple more breaths here. And then within the next breath or two, start coming up. Whew. Be mindful and gentle with your spine. And again, take your time removing the props. We're gonna come to our bellies, but before we do that, let's just take a counter here. So extend your legs again in front of you, give them a shake. Maybe flapping your feet to the side. Then bring the hands behind you, and then just give yourself a seated back bend, opening up the chest, dropping the head back. Mm. And come back. And slowly guide yourself to your belly. Legs extended down. Stack your hands first and place your forehead on your hands for a second. Take a breath here. Slowing down. And then from here, lift your head and your chest up. Come onto your forearms and place them parallel to each other. Hands, palms of the hands facing down, coming to Sphinx pose. So start with elbows under shoulders. See what that feels like. That's a lot for my lower back right now. I can tell you that. So that's when we can start walking our hands forward. So that's less compression in the low back. Okay, that's a little better, but I still need more support. So maybe a slide bolster or pillow under my chest here. Okay, it's nice. And then check in. How's the low back feeling? How's my chest, my shoulders? Maybe you want to widen your elbows slightly or you want to keep them here. So adjust your hands and then see if you need more props. So the head can stay like this, looking forward. Or maybe you want to lower your head to a block and rest it there. Sphinx pose. You're also welcome to use your hands to rest your head on. So many options, and I'll always give you options to find what works for you. You may have your own version. And like I always say, you are your greatest teacher, so I'll give offerings, I'll show you options, but follow your body, your wisdom. Noticing where can you soften, where can you surrender into the pose, even a little bit more. Trusting that your body knows. And that's part of the beauty of winter, that it gives us this time, this space to gaze inward, to reflect, and reflect about things that maybe during the rush of everyday life or of other seasons we can't quite see. One more minute here. So my head did not like to be there that long, so I'm taking my own cue to listen. So I'm gonna move the block away, lift the head. So there's grace in yin, and I think when I first started doing this, I thought I had to just stick to the one thing I picked. Like I chose to be here, this is where I land, and this is where I'll be for the 5 minutes I cannot move. And part of that compassion and that grace that yoga brings is just allowing yourself to explore and to shift and change, but being intentional about it. So definitely if you're in pain or if you have any numbing or burning sensation in any of these postures, that's an indication to come out, to exit. But it doesn't have to go to that extreme. Maybe you also feel like, oh, I went too far. So really back in. We don't have to force ourselves or push ourselves into these shapes, into these boxes. Mhm. All right. If you had any props under your forehead, you can move them to the side. And then also slide off any pillows or bolsters under your chest. Come down to stacking your hands, forehead to hands, neutralizing the spine. Breathe here. And then bend your knees, bring your feet toward the sky, and then let the feet fall from side to side and give yourself some prone windshield wipers. When that feels complete, bring the feet back down. Take another breath here. And then lift your head, bring your hands under your shoulders, and start bringing yourself back up to a tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And let's take some cat cows. So inhaling, dropping belly, lifting tailbone and head up, opening the chest, broadening the collarbones. Exhale, rounding your back, belly button to spine, dropping your head. This is your cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Alternating in between both. And then eventually finding a neutral spine, crown of the head pointing forward. And then from here, bring your knees together. So get them close. And then tuck your toes. We're coming into maybe your not so favorite toe squat. So this already is a toe squat. So if this already is giving you sensation, just make sure that your pinky toe is also coming in. you can stay here. Beautiful place to be. You can even come down to forearms if that's too much for you. Or maybe you start exploring bringing your hands towards you, any amount. Check in, pause. Or maybe you walk your hands towards your thighs. Maybe you come all the way up. You don't have to. So all of those versions are toe squats too. If you are almost there, you kind of want to try it out, you're also welcome to bring a block or a pillow in between your legs to try to ground your sit bones there, or even bring a pillow in between your bum and your heels. Check in. We're not going to be here for too long, but once you're there, stay in your version of toe squat, really nourishing for your feet, which is the beginning of our kidney meridian, but also the end of our urinary bladder meridian. So we're targeting both here, especially in our pinky toe. Breathing into our toes. If you're sitting up, make sure that your spine is long. Giving some love to our feet. They carry us everywhere. Noticing if you're holding tension in your teeth, your jaw. I just noticed that. I just went like, ooh. So maybe give yourself a smile. Softening your cheeks. Softening your shoulders. You got this. Opening your toes and opening your mind. Almost there. And if you have to come out, please do. Remember, you don't have to force yourself to be here. So please, you can come out, come back in. I promise your toes won't fall off. And from here, start coming off our toe squat. So come to hands under shoulders, untuck the toes, and then give your feet some tappity taps. Mm, that feels like it. And then from here, keep your knees together, and then bring your bum toward your heels. So coming into ankle stretch, which is really nice to do after toe squat. That could be a lot for some people too. So check in. Maybe this is it for your ankle stretch today. Maybe just sitting on your heels is enough of a stretch for your ankles. Where's my blanket? There we go. If you have sensitive ankles or tops of the feet, you can bring a blanket. Here we go. That might be more supportive. And so we can start here, lengthening through the spine, and then maybe we bring the hands behind you. Maybe you can come to fingertips, all to your hands. And then maybe you lift your knees. You don't have to. So these are all stopping points, okay? So wherever you are, if you're here, this is great. If you're here, this is great. So find your stopping point. You can also bring blocks under your hands here to bring the ground to you. And you can soften your elbows, giving yourself some support. And just breathe here. Some people are able to even bring hands to to prayer. And then this becomes a bit of a balance act too. Oof. Really, really sweet for the ankles. Try to lengthen through the spine. Mm. And from here, so coming back to your tabletop. Woo. Maybe a few more taps to the feet. Maybe even just slightly tucking your toes again and just moving the ankles from side to side. Or even giving yourself some ankle circles. So whatever feels good right now and intuitive as a counter, welcome that. Oof. And then finding your sit bones. So I'm going to remove the blanket for now. Maybe leave it here. Find your sit bones. Extend your legs in front of you first. Give them a shake. And then bend your left knee. Bring the left foot to your inner side of your right leg. And then extend that right leg and open it up to the side, any amount. Finding our half butterfly or half straddle. And so check in with the sit bones, kind of what we did at the caterpillar posture. So we're not here holding a bowl of soup. We're sitting at the front. So if you need to sit on a cushion for that, or just intentionally ground at the front of the sit bones, take a moment for that. You can support your knee with a block or pillow. And you can support the right knee as well with a blanket or something under. So then we're going to turn the torso toward that right leg. Inhale. And then on the exhale, we're going to start walking ourselves down to fold any amount. So again, kind of like in caterpillar, hands can land wherever. You can hold onto your foot, your ankle, your shin. And you can even bring props. There we go. I need all the props to support. Hmm. So there's lots happening in this one. We're opening the hip. We're also extending the legs, so feeling the stretch in the hamstring, the back body, and in the inner leg as well. Where is your breath? And if folding is too much today, you can stay seated up. So that's also the beauty of a lot of these postures. They have several stopping points and they still carry so many benefits, along with the benefit of simply slowing down, simply, quote unquote, not simple, slowing down and taking a moment to be in your body and be in your breath, to be the breath. And remembering that the body doesn't have to fit the posture. We make the posture fit the body. Work for ourselves. A little more time here on this side. And again, if the body starts opening up, like mine just did, so I'm gonna remove one of the props and just hold a little more. Hmm. Notice where you feel it. I'm feeling a lot in the back body line. Quite yummy. And then slowly start walking yourself back up. Ooh, be gentle, be gentle, be gentle. I'm gonna put this pillow on the side and this block as well. And so bring your hands behind you, plant your feet, give yourself some windshield wipers. So widening the legs and then let the knees fall from side to side. And then we're moving towards the other side. So come back to your sit bones, bend the right knee, bring the right foot towards the inner side of that left leg. Left leg is extended. Check in, ground at the front of the sit bones. See if you need some support under your right knee or anything under your left knee. Grab your props. So move the torso to face that extended leg. Inhale. And then on the exhale, start folding. So maybe this side is a little different. That's quite normal. So adjust, see what works for this side. Don't try to, again, fit this side into what you did in the other. And notice the differences, right? Notice the nuances. Reconnecting with the breath. If the mind does what the mind does, which it will, think about a million things. Go back to your inhale. Go back to your exhale. Go back to your body sensations. Notice what you notice. About a minute and a half or so more here. So if you need to make any adjustments, you're welcome to do so. Softening your toes, your face, your belly. And letting stillness nurture your tissues, replenish your reserves, settle the energy. All right. Slowly walk yourself back up and remove the pillow, the props. Coming back to those windshield wipers. So bend your knees, plant your feet, hands behind you, and let the legs fall from side to side. And then from here, we're going to do the full butterfly now. So again, front of the sit bones, check in. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. And so here you can use your blocks or pillows under your knees if you need to. And you can adjust the placement of your feet. So if you bring them closer to you, it might create more sensation in your groin. And if you separate them from you, it might create more sensation in your hamstring. So there's no good or bad. It's just whatever you want to go for today and what feels better in the body, as long as you're finding sensation, right? So once you find your foundation, inhale. And then on the exhale, start folding over your feet, any amount. And so here you can also bring a prop. You can come onto forearms. Find your stopping point. And then the head again can also hang here, or you can support it with your hands, with blocks. And if you prefer the reclined version, you can stay in your butterfly foundation and just lie down. But I'm suggesting this version because we're trying to target not only the inner line of our legs for our kidney meridian, but also the back body for our urinary bladder. Letting the energy flow just like water. Noticing, what are you holding on to? What are you gripping? And with each breath, with each inhale, see if you can gently release. You're also welcome to use this opportunity to give more love to your feet. So you can even massage your feet, kind of opening them like a book, or just even apply some pressure to your toes, the arches, ankles. It's another invitation to tend to yourself. We don't self-massage often, like, you know. Mm. Almost there. You're doing great. Couple more breaths here. And from here, start walking yourself up. Remove the props. Use your hands to kind of bring your legs together gently. Give yourself some more windshield wipers. Bend knees, hands behind you. And then from here, start to get ready to go on your back. So if you need a sip of water or a sip of your tea, this is a great time. So coming onto your, should go this way, coming onto your back. Take a moment to just lie here, hands by your side. Feel supported by the earth. And then from here, bring your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe even lift the head and come into a little snowball. Mm. Bring the head back down. Move the knees from side to side, massaging your low back. And then from here, let the knees fall toward the left to find a reclined twist. You can grab a pillow or a bolster and bring it in between the knees if that feels good. Shimmy the hips back to center if you need some space. And then try to ground both shoulders. So you might need to move your shoulders to the left slightly to create some space and ground both. Hands can go wherever you want, so maybe to your belly, open up in T, cactus, wings, you choose. We'll just take this twist for about a minute or so, kind of rinsing the spine and also signaling the nervous system that we're winding down. From here, start lifting your knees back to center. Maybe shift your hips towards the left slightly to create some space, and then drop the knees toward the right. Find your reclined twist on the other side. So again, check in with shoulders, maybe move them to the right to allow them to ground, and then see where the hands want to land here. And if you have a different version of a reclined twist that you prefer, maybe twisted roots, wrapping your legs around, or extending one leg down, whatever feels good, take it. Noticing how the body's feeling. Getting ready for total rest and restoration. From here, start bringing your legs back up. And then I would typically cue you into regular Shavasana, but tonight, a special night because it's winter solstice, or well, it will be in the 21. So, um, we're gonna do prone Shavasana because it's super, super restorative. If you're like, I don't want to do prone, I just want to do my regular Shavasana, do that. But I'll just want to cue you and see what you think. So grab all your pillows or blankets and place at least one pillow for your chest and then a rolled up blanket or bolster horizontally for your hips, okay? And then another rolled up blanket. You may not need it, but I quite like it. Towards the bottom of your mat for your ankles, okay? So it's like three little stations. And then from here, bring your hips toward that bolster. You might need to shift and adjust depending on how you placed everything. And then just let yourself just hug your pillow here. So maybe you slide your hands under it. Maybe you hug it a different way. I need to shimmy myself. There you go. And get yourself comfortable in your prone shavasana. Softening your gaze or closing your eyes. And sinking deeply here. I'm going to give us a moment of silence and then I'll call you back. We slowly start waking up your toes, your ankles. And you're absolutely welcome to stay in your prone shavasana as long as you need to. Tune me out if you need to as well. Or if you'd like to close practice with me in a comfortable seat, then you can start guiding yourself there. Take your time. Mm. So, wherever you are, whether you're still in your shavasana or coming to a seat, let's take a moment to appreciate this season, even when it's challenging and even when it's difficult with its cold days, with this lack of sunshine, with the snow, with the layers, whatever it is, I know. But it's also our greatest teacher. It teaches us to slow down, to pause and notice, to replenish our energy, and to look inward. Let's take a few breaths together to close, inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhale, let it out. One more like that. Inhale. Bring the hands to heart center and bow. Lighting me sees lighting you. Thank you so much for celebrating winter with me today. I hope you have a beautiful evening and a beautiful season. Talk soon. Bye bye.